What's up, co-reporters, and welcome back to my channel. Listen, J-Lo is fighting back. She has had it up to here with Ben Affleck running to his friends over at Page Six, playing the victim about their divorce, acting as though he had no idea who it was that he was marrying, and as if he has no interest in being in the public eye. So yesterday I did a video talking about a Page Six article that was obviously planted by Ben Affleck and his team. And let me post you a quote from it, okay, you guys? In the article, Ben, first of all, trashes J-Lo. He talks about how she's such an attention, fame starved person and how he's such a private, wonderful person. And he knew immediately from the honeymoon that he did not want to stay married to her, but he's, quote, such a protective person. And he decided to allow her to be the one to file later on for that reason, after only like a year of marriage. And I thought it was just complete and utter BS, everything that he's peddling here, especially given the fact that he is running to the press to paint her in a bad light and continue these really toxic, disgusting narratives against her while portraying himself as this perfect, amazing person, right? So I said in that video, you can go ahead and watch it if you want, that was obviously planted by Ben Affleck's team. Well, now J-Lo is clapping back. She's saying Ben is toxic. And she actually, and this is how I know that this one is planted by J-Lo's team, she literally says that oh my God, the fact that this guy, after doing all the dirt he did to her, has the audacity to claim he's protecting her, right? Where did he say he was protecting her? In Page Six yesterday. Right? He's very protective of her. This is J-Lo speaking directly to that article. She read that article. She caught wind of it. And she is sick and tired of Ben Affleck and his media games. It is about to get really ugly, this divorce. Remember, there was no prenup signed. I know they were only married for a year and a bit, technically 2 years, but we know they separated long before that. But it's gonna get ugly nonetheless. So let's get into what the Radar Online article is saying now, right? Okay. Ben Affleck won't be hearing from Jennifer Lopez anytime soon. After J-Lo filed for divorce, sources said she's giving the Oscar winner the silent treatment as she's still in disbelief that their rekindled romance ended in such a humiliating fashion after just 2 years of marriage, Radar Online can reveal. J-Lo, 55, and Affleck, 52, initially met on the set of Jiggly in 2002. The pair were quickly engaged, but never made it down the aisle, splitting in 2004. The pair went their separate ways and started their own families with new partners, only to cross paths once again in 2021, following their respective divorces. The pair tied the knot in 2022. So that's a little bit of background info. And I'm really happy that they put this because I didn't realize that their initial stint together only lasted a year and a half. So it seems like they did the same thing 10 years, 20 years later, just another short, quick-lived relationship. The way that she was pining for this man, you would think that they lasted 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years together in the past. But girl, really? You were barely with this man. Anyway, let's get into all the rest. So she filed for divorce on August 20th. We know that. By the way, these sunglasses are amazing. And here's where we get to the nitty-gritty. Quote, they tried their best to keep things amicable for their children. Affleck shares kids Violet and Finn and Samuel with ex-wife Jennifer Garner, while J-Lo shares twins Max and Emmy with ex-husband Mark Anthony, who reportedly grew close over the last few years. But insiders now claim it's an all-out war between J-Lo and Affleck following his humiliating decision to publicly move on from the marriage before either party filed divorce papers. So this is in reference to a news story that was going out over the weekend, claiming that Ben Affleck is now seeing a member of the Kennedy family named Kick. Yeah, Kick as in I will kick your ass. Yeah. She's in her 30s too, and this man's 52. It's a lot of just it's giving midlife crisis, to be honest with you, everything that he's got going on there. They continue on to say that sources said, let me take down this photo so we can read this together, you guys. Sources said the fact he bought a new home while she was celebrating her birthday in the Hamptons was really humiliating for her, and I can only imagine that felt deliberate on his end. Plus, one day he has his ring on, and the next day it's off. It's like he's gaslighting her, and it's true. It seemed like he was playing games. Either keep the ring on or keep the ring off. This on and off stuff is giving, it's giving like childhood crush. It's giving like I'm breaking up with you at recess. The 55-year-old had been spotted still sporting her wedding ring amid divorce rumors, but on August 1st, she stepped out in New York City wearing Affleck's green diamond ring on her right hand. Well, that too, girl. Well, when you take it off your ring finger and you don't want it anymore, take it off. It's fine, right? Insiders said the way Ben ignored their anniversary, then her birthday, while having the tenacity to claim he's protecting her somehow, it was shocking. So, like, it's looking like the stuff that we were imagining from the press was actually indeed true, that this man was just not there for her at all when it came to her birthday and could not care any less about their 2-year anniversary. Granted, he had moved out of the house and everything like that already by the time it was JLo's B day or their anniversary and stuff like that. So I guess he didn't want to you know, lead her on or anything like that. But why continue to play with your ring, taking it on and off, right? It just does not make sense. So it really sounds like JLo is hurting. She is down bad over this man, and I do not blame her because she spent so much time and money telling everyone about how in love she is with him, right? She made that documentary, she made the movie, she just was doing all these interviews about it. I just saw the resurfaced interview where she was telling the journalist that Ben had given her an engagement ring engraved with "I'm not leaving ever" on the inside, only to leave her a year later. Like, this is some wild stuff. But again, I'm still shocked to learn that this relationship that she was in, this man she was pining over so badly, like, it's only lasted a total of 5 years, from like 2001 to whatever their initial breakup, and then like the 2021 to now. Like, 5 years total. I really thought that she was with this man for a long, long time, the way she was going on about him. Like, it's wild. I wonder what he's got that's got her so whipped, because I personally do not see it. I don't get it, but I digress. Now, it makes the source continued on to say it makes JLo sick to her stomach. People in their circle are wondering how it's gotten to this point and became so toxic. So there you go. She's saying, Ben Affleck is toxic. Ben Affleck was gaslighting her, playing around with the ring and stuff like that. He's playing in her face too, ignoring her anniversary and her birthday. He's purposely buying houses and doing all these things, on her major days and stuff like that, to humiliate her in the press, really shining a spotlight on the fact that he's moving on while she's celebrating these things alone. And it's like I said in my initial video, that this man is an expert at playing the press. And I think he also benefits from the fact that women are just vilified, even by other women as well, always when it comes to these relationships and things like that. So he gets to play on that and the sympathy and all that garners, no pun intended, to continue to make this girl look like a monster, who chose fame over her husband. And then, just to continue to add the icing on the cake by saying, oh, like, he's protective of her, that's why he let her file and stuff, while he's just behaving this way. Like, it is insane to me, honestly. Like, it's just, like JLo and her team say, it's just so damn toxic. By the way, guys, I really, really want these glasses. They're absolutely beautiful on her. Anyway, the rest of the article talks about how, like, that divorce is going to be really difficult. JLo is worth $400 million. Ben Affleck is still worth a lot, but a lot less though, at $150 million. They're going to have to split the proceeds of that home that they bought together. They're still icing each other out. We're talking about lawyers being in the middle of the fight, but remember, JLo filed without a lawyer, so perhaps she has now retained one after doing the initial filing. But again, the girl's been in and out of that courtroom so many times, she might not even need a lawyer at this point. But I would have thought she kind of, won a free divorce case from lawyers at this point. Like, they don't have no scratch cards after all these divorces my girls done have. Please. Yeah, so Ben and JLo are giving each other the silent treatment. JLo doesn't know how it came to this. She really thought she'd found her happily ever after, and then Ben pulled the rug right out from under her. She's put up a brave front in public, but she's seething on the inside. And listen, I completely understand what she's talking about. This is not cool. It really did seem like J-Lo was in it to win it with this man. I don't think she ever would have left him. But now here he goes again for the second time, leaving J-Lo within like a year and a half of like being with her. You know, like how can you imagine waiting 20 years thinking, oh my God, the stars aligned. This is my soulmate. This is my person. Like, this is it. And he does the same thing, leaving you after like a year and a half, basically. Not even. I think they were already done months into this thing. Like, that man has always looked so damn miserable. Listen, if there's any lesson to be learned here, is to take these men off of pedestals, guys. Like, J-Lo, you are that girl. You have kept yourself up so incredibly well. Like, I'm sorry, but look at the way you two even just dress, you know, the way you are versus the way he is and stuff like that. And you would think that you were a peasant the way that you go off about this man. Like, he is the second coming of Christ, you know, like, save some of that adoration for yourself. And I know J-Lo adores herself, but like just doing that, like, movie and the documentary about this guy and everything, it was a kiss of death. It really was. It was too much. I do believe she should have listened to Jane Fonda. Jane Fonda gave her incredible advice, which was, if you're so happy and you're so in love, live it. Stop trying to perform it. Stop trying to like shout it from the rooftops. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're inviting all sorts of like bad energy, evil eye, bad juju into your life and relationship and stuff like that, you know? And now look, like, this is what makes it so devastating. I imagine this might even be more devastating than the thing failing itself. It's the fact that she went on this press run about this man and how they were meant to be together, even when they were married to other people. Like, she was always thinking about him, and it didn't even last 2 years properly. Like, the guy moved out of the house after like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 months, you guys. Like, this is insane. Anyway, Ben, count your days. Keep playing in the press, and J-Lo's going to keep biting back, and I love this for her. I really hate the way that he's been able to manipulate public perception for so long. J-Lo, I am so ready for you to continue putting out those stories. But also, Ben, you keep sprinkling in your own stories too, because listen, I do believe that he's got some really interesting, important, and legitimate things to say. I just wish he'd stop playing the victim so much. So I just want to make it clear that I do still want to hear what he has to say, but I want him to be more honest moving forward. Anyway, guys, let me know how you feel about this all-out press war between Ben and J-Lo in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.